Beste mensen, stop even waar je mee bezig bent. Of als je even een paar minuutjes hebt, het duurt niet al te lang. Maar ik heb het vaak over de video's waar ik dan een beetje op wacht. Die het verschil weer even maken of ons weer in de juiste context het laten begrijpen. In de volgende video zit alles en wordt ook gebruikt als een internationale inspiratie naar het Nederlands model om effectief te strijden tegen die ongelofelijke waanzin die wij vandaag de dag allemaal meemaken. Wij, de wappies of wat dan ook, het verzet, de tegenstand, jij en ik zijn lekker bezig, mensen. Wij zijn aan het winnen. Oftewel, check dit.
The Bank of China told their depositors that their savings accounts are now investment products and can no longer be withdrawn. And to stop the people from trying to withdraw their money, the CCP deployed tanks. Banks all over the world are imploding. And within this great reset, there is great opportunity for mankind, so long as we recognize who the real perpetrators are. The word apocalypse simply means the lifting of the veil, a revelation of truth, or in modern terms, the Great Awakening. Mankind is now awakening to the fact that we have been lied to and exploited as chattel for, at the very least, our entire lifetimes. And one of the most valuable truths to be gleaned from the Great Awakening, as far as human civilization is concerned, is who is responsible. It's crucial to identify who is responsible so that we can stop it from happening again, because the enemy likes to hide. There is nothing new under the sun, and all we have to do is follow the money, which leads us directly to the Federal Reserve banking system and their conglomerate of associates known as the big banks. We can trace the big banks back to Mayer Rothschild, who famously said, "Give me control of a nation's money supply, and I care not who makes its laws." And he was likely speaking about the usury laws that for centuries prevented people from charging interest on loans because it was considered theft. If all men are created equal, then the banks should be acting more like a service industry, not profiting off other people's debt. But Mayer Rothschild was able to bypass these usury laws because the Rothschild banking dynasty was merely a front for the royal bloodlines. As the old world order adapted their schemes for the Industrial Revolution, the Rothschild banking dynasty began running central banks for kings throughout Europe. And in America, they partnered with the Morgans to create the Federal Reserve banking system, which would normalize usury and debt for generations to come. For millennia, usury was considered immoral and denounced by major religions and philosophers. But today, it's completely normal in the West to be broken by debt and at the same time considered successful. But this is new. Many places still see usury as a crime against humanity. Libya had gone from one of the poorest countries to the richest in Africa by creating its own bank backed by gold and silver, and no usury. By 2011, the people of Libya were beginning to know real wealth, and Gaddafi was about to spread this model throughout all of Africa. But the old world order had other plans, and so Libya was looted and destroyed. The big banks and their royal masters are responsible for the entire clown show we are seeing today. The Rockefeller family's Big Pharma engineered as a black swan event to collapse the world economy so that the old world order can discreetly become the new world order. They are orchestrating the radical as a smokescreen to confuse you, while using Joe Biden and the United Nations 2030 agenda as scapegoats for the collapse of the US dollar. Because these crooks plan on staying in power, and they need someone else to blame when they come to our rescue with a new financial system. Fortunately, this great awakening has revealed that we no longer need the old world order's big banks. We now have over a decade of cryptocurrency stress testing that proves we don't need centralized banking. And we have centuries of stress testing that prove the stability of gold and silver. The New World Order is just the Old World Order, a cabal of parasite crime families feeding off of humanity. And if we fail to take control of our own destiny now, then the New World Order will succeed, and mankind will be eradicated. The choice is ours, and there won't be a second chance. What we are seeing in Sri Lanka is system failure, and that is nothing to celebrate. There is no victory in system failure. In fact, it is what these tyrants are counting on. It's part of the plan, and it's been their business model for decades. As simple as the mafia movies on TV. The World Bank and the IMF strong-arm world leaders into accepting loans that are designed to bankrupt the nation, while the CIA acts as management, secretly administering to the overthrow of national sovereignty and the looting of the nation's wealth. This international mafia organization has been doing it like this for years because it always works. They know that once the people become a hungry, angry mob, they can be controlled like animals. And this reactive behavior is exactly what these globalist crooks are counting on. It's why they are destroying the world's economies and creating a food crisis. So the answer is to become proactive. And that is exactly what the Dutch are now showing us. How the people of the world can achieve victory against the tyrants of the New World Order. The prolific farmers of the Netherlands are the second biggest food exporters in the world. And they know that the World Economic Forum is planning on buying up their land and cutting off the food supply for billions of people. And they also know that the people united are an unstoppable force. And so they united against tyranny and peacefully, with unstoppable strength, shut down the system. The shelves in many stores are now empty, but it's on their terms. And the people now have the upper hand, as it should be, and could be everywhere if we want it. The New World Order's plan is for all nations to collapse, which tells us that we must not wait until system failure. We must act now. Many people all over the world are now starting to rise up together with the Dutch farmers. Rising up, not as a reactive, hungry, angry mob, but as a righteous people, united in a love for humanity. Society is made up of we the people, and we must now peacefully take control of it. This is the path to victory, and time is quickly running out, all designed to mentally break us and collapse society. If we were to believe that we are powerless and weak, or domesticated pets, then yes, the only path would be to wait until the food runs out and then join the angry mob. But if we were to believe that we were righteous and powerful, then we would just fix it. So what's the plan, fellow humans? Do we wait for the inevitable collapse and lose everything, celebrating system failure? Or do we learn from the Dutch and take control of everything and fix the system so that it serves we the people?
En wij hebben het inderdaad door in Nederland, maar ook in de landen om ons heen. En wij laten ons dit ook dus niet gebeuren. De focus zou dus moeten zijn van alle politici of de FVD'ers, of weet ik van wat, het verzet, de tegenstand tegen deze regering moet constant teruggeleid worden aan dus de scam die ons wordt aangedaan. De mensen die nu de leiding hebben, zijn letterlijk dit duivelse plan op ons aan het loslaten. En moeten gewoon worden gestopt en ter verantwoording worden geroepen. En kunnen we prima aantonen dat dit kromme, haakse en criminele beslissingen zijn. En ze zijn erbij. Wij zijn aan de winnende hand, mensen. Stay strong.